Now we will show you one final sale in which the customer will pay with a credit card. So we'll go ahead and select charge so that we can run a credit card. Now, since it's the first time we're attempting this and we haven't really set up anything as far as how we will charge credit cards with this software, we're presented with this menu where it shows us our options. We have 4 options for integrated credit card processing with our software. These are the 4 companies that we've worked with for a long time and that we recommend the highest. And then if you don't like any of those, or you have your own processor that you don't want to change, you have your own credit card terminal on the side with them, you can select the last one in here, which is to have a non-integrated processor, meaning just charge your cards on the side and it will not in any way integrate with our software. For the purpose of this video tutorial, we will show you how to set up Cayenne, our first choice in here. So we can go ahead at this point, once we've selected Cayenne, we can go ahead and either click update or process card. At this point in this menu, both of those buttons are going to do the same thing, which is save our choice and then in the database, and then go on about processing the card. So now we're presented with this small menu for Cayenne processing cards, and in here we also have to set up some things for the first time that are not required later on, because again, we haven't done this before. So we'll go ahead and input our account name, site ID, key in here, and a couple of more choices regarding our Cayenne account. Now keep in mind, what we'll be filling out in here is simply our test account. Your credentials will not be the same, and you shouldn't attempt to copy our values in here. Everybody has unique credentials and unique keys given by Cayenne. So Cayenne, when you sign up for an account with them, will give you your own, as well as some instructions. So we'll select in here to allow duplicates. It's just better in an environment of testing like this and making video tutorials, because in case if you want to test over and over again something, it'll be nice to be allowed duplicates. But in real life, most of the time we suggest that you don't allow duplicates. What that means is the software will just not allow a charge of the same amount for the same person, meaning the same card, to be charged more than once in one 24-hour period. That's how you also protect from duplicate charges by mistake or something like that. So it's a good idea not to have it selected, but depending on what kind of business you are, if it's a common practice in your business to really charge the same card within 24 hours, the same amount more than once, then you definitely also want to allow duplicates. We're not going to put terminal ID value in here because we're not using in this example a terminal. We're using one of those regular card readers, or as some customers call them, credit card swipers. So we're not also going to check this box that says use Genius Terminal, because we're not using the Genius Terminal, just a regular card reader. And we don't have to input the IP address for that terminal that we're not using, of course. So this is all our setup we need for our testing account and our circumstances. So we'll go ahead and click Save Account. So these values now are saved, our account is saved, so we never have to do any of this again. Next time we want to charge something, just select Charge, Tender. This menu pops up, and all you gotta do is process card. Click Process Card, swipe the card, and you're done. So you'll see how that looks like right now. One thing I forgot to mention, but definitely wanted to add when talking about the regular card reader and the card swiper, even though it seems pretty standard piece of equipment, in order for everything to work, especially in Cayenne, what you want to do is you want to order that card reader directly from Cayenne. You want to make sure that they send it to you, that it came from them, because they have their own proprietary encryption that they record into the software of the card readers in order to avoid, any potential credit card fraud or some for their customers. They just put that extra layer of protection. So even though they don't manufacture card readers, and their card reader is of a certain general brand and model, and you can probably find it elsewhere, it's still not going to be the same product in the end, because Kind, once they get them, they encrypt their own with their own encryption, and it works just a little bit differently. It's a proprietary software, so you want to make sure this reader comes directly from Kind. We'll go ahead and click process card now, and this is the menu where you would usually just swipe the card. At this point, hit process and you're done. Right now what we'll demonstrate is typing in the card instead of swiping, and just typing it manually, because we don't really have a credit card reader right now on our testing PC. However, this is valuable to see as well, because you may be in a situation to do the same sometimes. If, let's say, the card that the customer hands you is damaged and doesn't really swipe well, So we'll just go ahead and type up the card numbers. This is a standard Visa testing card, so these are kind of like dummy numbers, but they work. It's called a Visa testing card. Expiration date and the CVV code, and now as soon as we hit process, it should be approved. There it is, it's approved, and it's giving us authorization code and reference number. You don't have to worry about these pretty important numbers regarding the transaction, because it's all going to be recorded in the software, in the database for future lookup, and of course it's going to be printed on the receipt for the customer.